Some areas in St. Augustine aren't just getting attention right now, they're gaining serious momentum. We're talking about neighborhoods where oftentimes homes barely hit the market before they're gone. Spots where new construction is rising fast, demand keeps climbing, and both locals and people relocating here are tuning into what's shifting. The pace feels different in these pockets of town, and there's a reason so many people are eyeing them. What's fueling all the interest? Let's just say one of these areas might completely flip your idea of what it means to live near the coast in St. Augustine. St. Augustine is always evolving, but now certain areas are pulling more attention than ever. These aren't just places with new homes and resort family-friendly amenities. They're neighborhoods that have people talking. Some offer a laid-back lifestyle that feels more local than touristy. Others have become magnets for buyers looking to be close to the action without sacrificing the space. What they all have in common is this: people are drawn to them right now, and it's not by accident. Let's take a look at the areas that are making waves for all the right reasons. SilverLeaf is one of those neighborhoods people can't stop talking about, and for good reason. It's a master plan community that feels more like a lifestyle destination than just a place to buy a house. What draws so many people in is the value. There are no CDD fees, which is rare for a neighborhood that is new with this level of amenities. You've got splash pads, resort-style pools, dog parks, miles of walking and biking trails, and even golf cart paths, all covered by a simple HOA. It's built for ease, and the layout, the location, the amenities, it's all designed to make everyday life simpler and more enjoyable. There's a growing town center within the community that already includes spots for coffee, fitness, and wellness, and the Chop Shop and Artisan Butcher opened their second location here. The first is on the island. Plans are also underway for one of the largest Publix locations in the region, along with new medical offices and local businesses. Everything you need is right there. And with direct access to major roads like State Road 16 and St. John's Parkway, plus the future First Coast Expressway, which is under construction and will connect I-10 west of Jacksonville and I-95 east of SilverLeaf, will make getting to downtown St. Augustine, Jacksonville, or the beaches easy. Families are often drawn to SilverLeaf for schools. It's currently zoned for some of the highest rated public schools in the county, and new campuses are already being built inside the community. That kind of forward planning is what makes this neighborhood stand out. It's not just about what it is now, but what it is becoming. Even though it's new, they are already doing some fun things in SilverLeaf. There are food truck nights, seasonal events, and neighbors who actually talk to each other. It's the kind of place where people get involved, where kids play outside and go where everyday errands turn into the little social moments. SilverLeaf isn't just another neighborhood on a map. It's a place people choose because they want to live well with flexibility, comfort, and connection built in. If SilverLeaf sounds like a place that fits you, or even if you're just curious about what it's like to live in this part of St. Johns County, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I live and work in St. Augustine and love helping people navigate the area. We're always happy to answer any of your questions. Whether you're ready to make a move or just starting to explore, you can call or text us. Our contact information is right there on the screen or down in the description below. No pressure, just real insight to help you figure out what's right for you. Of course, not everyone's looking for a large master plan community. Maybe you're drawn to something a little more tucked away, a place that's close to the water or close to downtown and feels just a little more private. Let's take a look at another area that's been quietly gaining attention for all the right reasons. Madeira is one of those neighborhoods that tends to fly under the radar until people see it for themselves. It's tucked just a few minutes from both downtown St. Augustine and Volano Beach. It offers a rare mix of convenience, coastal breeze, and a quieter, more private feel. It is gated, beautifully maintained, and surrounded by nature preserves and wetlands. So even though it's close to a lot of things, it often feels like you're stepping into your own little retreat. Many people who move here are relocation buyers looking for a fresh start that doesn't feel too busy or too remote. Madeira tends to offer that balance. You'll find newer homes with modern floor plans, 3-car garages, and upgraded finishes without the same level of hustle you might see in some of the larger, more built-out communities. It feels established but not overdeveloped, and that's part of the appeal. One thing to be mindful of is the flood zones. Some parts of Madeira do sit lower, so understanding how elevation and location within the neighborhood might impact insurance costs is important. It's not necessarily a downside, just something to factor into your decision making. Now, having someone local to guide you through it can really help you avoid surprises. The location is a strong draw, situated north of downtown St. Augustine, giving you easy access to US 1 and I-95. From Madeira, you can potentially get to the beach in under 10 minutes, explore the farmers market in West St. Augustine, or head north towards Jacksonville with less traffic than you'd expect during off-peak hours. For people who work remotely or are easing into retirement, it offers a peaceful day-to-day rhythm while keeping things accessible. Homes here are typically built by reputable regional and local builders with prices that often range from the 500s to over $1 million. You'll see lakefront lots, preserve views, marsh views, and yards that offer more breathing room than you'd expect in a neighborhood this close to town. It's not trying to be flashy, and that's what makes it stand out. Madeira has this quiet confidence to it. It's the kind of place people settle into because it simply feels good to be there. And if you're looking for a little more privacy, a little more peace, and a strong sense of natural beauty, this could be your kind of place. There's something refreshing about a neighborhood that doesn't follow a formula. No cookie-cutter layouts, no strict rules, and no one-size-fits-all vibe. That's exactly what makes the area of South St. Augustine stand out. It's one of the few areas where you can feel the personality of the homes, the freedom of no HOA, and the sense that people are truly living how they want to live. This is a neighborhood where it's perfectly normal to see boats parked in the driveways, weekend projects happening in the garage, and neighbors hanging out in their front yards. It stretches along the intercoastal just south of town and offers a strong local feel. People who move here are often looking for space, flexibility, and a more relaxed way of living, and many of them stay for the long haul. One of the biggest draws is the water access. St. Augustine South has 2 public boat ramps, which means you can launch a kayak or a fishing boat just minutes from your driveway. That's rare for a neighborhood that isn't technically waterfront. It gives the whole area a low-key coastal vibe that's hard to replicate. The homes here are a mix. Some were built in the 70s and 80s with block construction and simple, solid designs. Others have been fully renovated, expanded, or rebuilt entirely. You'll also see newer construction filling in the gaps. It's not a neighborhood where every house looks the same, and that variety adds to the charm. Yards tend to be larger, streets are lined with mature trees, and there's a natural lived-in feeling that a lot of buyers find appealing. Because there's no HOA, residents have the freedom to personalize their properties. If you want to add a shed, store your RV, or design your landscaping your way, you can do that. That kind of autonomy is a big deal for people who want a little more control over how they use their space. Even though it feels tucked away, St. Augustine South is still close to everything. You're only a few minutes away from shopping centers, restaurants, parks, and even the beach. The location gives you that quiet residential environment without putting you too far from daily conveniences. Home prices in this area vary depending on lot size, condition, and proximity to the water, but it's often seen as a great value for buyers who want more room to breathe and fewer restrictions. It's not flashy or over-polished, and that's exactly the point. St. Augustine South has an authentic, no-frills charm that appeals to people who just want to live life their way in a neighborhood that lets them do it. Volano Beach is one of the most unique pockets in the St. Augustine area. It's got this old school beach town energy that's becoming harder and harder to find. You can walk to the shoreline, grab a bite from beaches, and catch the sunset from Porpoise Point. It's the kind of place that feels more like a lifestyle than a location. What makes Volano so interesting is how it blends nostalgia with new energy. There are still cozy bungalows and mid-century modern homes that give it that laid-back, lived-in vibe. But there has also been a slow, steady wave of reinvestment. You'll see updated builds, thoughtful renovations, and new construction popping up, residential and commercial. The neighborhood hasn't lost its charm. It's simply evolving with a little more intention. One thing that makes this area so attractive is how easy it is to get around. Whether you're heading to the grocery store, grabbing coffee, or making your way to the beach, many places are close enough to reach without having to rely heavily on your car. And when you do need to drive, downtown St. Augustine is just minutes away, offering that rare blend of coastal peace with quick city access. People are often surprised by how much variety exists here. Some homes are tucked away on quiet cul-de-sacs, while others sit right on the waterfront or offer views of the Intercoastal Waterway. Prices reflect that range, so depending on size, location, and the condition, you'll find everything from the beach cottages in the 600s to luxury properties that climb into the multi-million-dollar range. There is one thing to consider. If you live on Volano Beach, flood insurance is often part of the conversation. Who understands elevation, zoning, and the nuances of coastal property makes a real difference here. What I love about Volano is that it doesn't try to be trendy. It's not overdeveloped, it's not filled with chains, and it hasn't lost its character to tourism. It still feels like a place where neighbors wave hello, where the pace slows down a bit, and where you can start your morning with sand between your toes and a quick swim in the ocean. For people looking to live at the beach without giving up personality or proximity to town, Volano Beach is one of the best kept secrets around. So there you have it, 4 areas in St. Augustine that people are paying attention to for very different reasons. Whether it's the all-in-one lifestyle of SilverLeaf, the tucked-away charm of Madeira, the laid-back freedom of St. Augustine South, or the beachside vibe of Volano, each one offers something unique. And that's the beauty of this area. There's no single right place to land. It's about finding the neighborhood that fits how you want to live. If you're thinking about making a move and want to get a better feel for these areas or others nearby, don't hesitate to reach out. My name is Kim Devlin. Me and my team know these neighborhoods inside and out, and we're here to help you make sense of what fits best for your lifestyle. You can call or text us anytime. Our contact info is right on the screen and in the description below. Seriously, no pressure, no awkward conversations, just real help from people who love where they live. And if you're not quite ready to reach out yet, that's totally fine. Stick around on the channel and keep watching. There's a ton more content here that will help you understand what life is really like in St. Augustine, with community tours, insider tips, and everything in between. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.